Alrighty then, happy Friday night, people. Usually, Friday nights, when we have all the comics coming out, I do my regular routine. One comic that I didn't like during the week, and then the three best. But things are different now. And I only got 5 comics this week. And as you know, Daphne Byrne, if you watched my previous pickup video, that was a buy of something that I'd already bought earlier. So it only makes 4. So technically, I could do the 3 in 1 with 4 videos, with 4 comics. But I'm not going to do it this week. I'm just going to do everything in one video. Because short week. Small week. Now, the one that I don't want to say that I didn't like as much, but it was the weakest. Just because it is the reprint of Detective Comics number 38. Now, this is the first appearance of Dick Grayson, the first Robin, how he becomes Robin. I love Batman. Batman is, if you guys have been watching my stuff over the time, you'll realize Batman is my favorite superhero. But the original stuff is pretty, I don't want to say horrid, but it's different. All right. This has the story of how Bruce Wayne was at the circus and saw Dick Grayson's parents fall to their death while they're doing the trapeze stuff, and they were murdered. And yada yada, how Bruce Wayne / Batman takes Dick Grayson in to become Robin. The writing back then was not exactly spectacular. And then there's this and a bunch of other stories that appeared in Detective Comics. It was basically a bunch of mobsters demanding protection. The circus owner says, no, I'm not going to pay. So they rig the trapeze. Yeah, so it breaks and they fall to their death. Mobsters back then obviously were mobsters because the way they dressed, and they always used the word C at the end of it, like every other sentence. You're not going to get away with this, C. I am the boss of the city, C. And it's in modern days, this just seems a little odd. But, it was a really good story. I love it, and I'm glad that I have this in my collection, and I'm going to stick this in my... stick this in with the rest of my Detective Comics, and be glad that I have it. I'm just wish that I had the original, which I cannot afford. So I'm going to give this 3 out of 5. Okay, so then I have for the third of 3 best, Analog number 10. It is done by Dugan. He's the writer. This finishes up the original storyline. I don't know if there's going to be any more to these stories, but it's basically, it's a one of the post-apocalyptic stories, but this one is more digital post-apocalyptic than everything else. Everything else is fine, except that people have issues, things with Facebook and all this stuff. They don't mention these particularly, but everything digital is being hacked, and you just, if you want something secure, some information to be transferred securely, you do it analog. You get a courier to take it. And then there are people out there to try and stop the couriers because information is power. And so the central character, whose name I can't remember right now, he was hired to deliver some an artificial intelligence to people, and it's just a big long story and about the people who are trying to stop him, and it's really well done. And this is the last issue that completes the story. Then it jumps 2 years ahead at the end. I don't know if there's going to be any more to it, but I really liked the concept. It's rather cyberpunk-ish. Just look, I want this stuff done. I'm not going to send this over the computer. I'm not going to do it digitally. I'm going to hire a dude to take this from point A to point B, take it from person A to person B, and, take away the risk. It's a rather interesting take on it. And so it's good. Get the trade paperbacks. I'm going to give this a 4.0 out of 5. Okay. Now, of all the ones that I have for this is not the one that I have a screen grab of the cover. Apocalypse Girl, number 3. By All Points Press, I think. It's dark, I can't see. Everything is done by the same artist. He wrote, drew, inked, lettered, and I want to give the guy credit, but I am too lazy to look the thing up right now. So basically, there's been some sort of disaster where civilization has gone, and the young girl is abandoned. Parents are done. She is found by some dude. He's like, all right, I'm going to take you in, help you, and he basically raised her as his own. And first issue, he dies trying to protect her. And the whole thing is, he told her if he died, go west, find this dude, and he'll take care of you, or he'll help you. This is about her journey towards finding dude. Abe, I think his name is Abraham, but they call him Abe. She comes across, once she gets to New Bethlehem, she comes across a house of ill repute that the girls will barter with sex for what they need, and there's a big truce between two different groups that, they leave her alone, and she gets involved with that. And then this one, she finally she gets away from the house because they helped her out after she'd been severely injured to go meet with the person she's supposed to. And this is such an interesting story. It is well written. It is really interestingly drawn. I love it. The whole costume part on her that this woman wears in a post-apocalyptic era is a little odd. But, whatever. You have comics, you have to have interesting outfits. But I'm going to give this a 3.5 out of 5. And recommend it. It is Apocalypse Girl number 3. Get it? It's because it's fun. Now, my last one for this week. Batman and the Outsiders number 12. Yes. Batman and the Outsiders. I remember when the first edition of this came out. First volume of this came out. This was 80s, 90s. So this is like volume 3, number 12. This is a very good story. It's basically Batman, the Orphan, Duke, I think it's Katana, Black Lightning, who's actually in charge of the group, and a couple other people who are trying to find the young daughter of a friend of Bruce Wayne's who was murdered, and she has some sort of super to take this guy's daughter who has superpowers. Ra's al Ghul. And so you have this issue, you have this Cassandra Cain, who is orphan, dealing with her mother. You have Duke and Katana's not Duke, but Black Lightning and Katana's relationship sort of moving forward. You have a revelation by Batman where he said, Batman / Bruce Wayne to Jefferson, saying Bruce Wayne is that young child cowering in Crime Alley. Batman is the person who is there to protect that child. And then you also have a first appearance of Bruce Wayne's friend's daughter in costume. So I think this is going to be kind of a key issue because this person might actually be relevant later on. Now, I'm going to give this a 4.25 out of 5. And say, if you aren't getting Batman and the Outsiders, get it. Alright, so when I did my last LCS haul on Wednesday, I said there was 2 books that I hadn't gotten. Well, 1 book with 2 covers. And hold on. I picked them up today. It is Joker Harley, Criminal Minds. So we have this one right here. I think this is the main cover right here, which is an awesome cover. A really good cover. I haven't read them yet, just because I picked them up about an hour or so ago. And then we have the second cover, the variant cover. This one right here. How cool is this cover right here? This is incredible. This is an actual drawing right here. This looks like a real person. But this is incredible. I am going to read them either tonight or tomorrow at work, or at least one of them. And I will let you know what I think about this. But it looks awesome. I've really enjoyed this series so far. But that's it for this week. And let me know whether you agreed with what I said about them. And enjoy your comics.